So the New York Jets are getting sued. Wow. Let's have a
I
conversation
can do
about it.
it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance. You know that I got the mother sauce. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance man. I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance. You know that I got the mother sauce. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance man.
Congratulations, brother. Hey,
And here we go.
So if you didn't know, New York Jets right now currently are battling it out with the Giants against a I don't know, I guess a disgruntled fan who lives in New York, who lives in New York, and never realized that the New York Jets were actually um, in New Jersey, right, in East Rutherford. They apparently bought tickets to go see a game, and it didn't pan out the way they thought it was going to pan out because they had to travel, you know what I'm saying, like to East Rutherford, New Jersey. And now they're suing the New York Jets and the Giants to either drop the New York name or perhaps they need to go ahead and literally move to New York. Now, I thought this was comical at first, right? I didn't think this was real. This has to be a joke. There's no way this is real life right now. And so I did my research, and I kid you not, there is currently a class action lawsuit filed in Manhattan against the New York Giants and New York Jets. The suit, which takes issue with the NFL teams using New York in their team names when neither team plays in the state of New York, originally requested that the teams move to New York rather than play in New Jersey. So their request for the lawsuit was you need to move to New York because you can't say you're the New York Jets or the New York Giants and not actually play in New York. The only thing I have for these guys is how are you this obtuse? I'm I'm baffled because like how in the world is it possible that you live in the tri-state area and you're a fan of football? Obviously, you're gonna pay to go see a football team. You've got to be a fan of football, and you not realize the New York Jets actually play in New Jersey. I mean, granted, it's like 11 miles from like Manhattan to East Rutherford. It's not even that big of a distance. But the pure fact that we are having a conversation right now about a lawsuit pending um, against the New York Jets and the Giants because of somebody's lack of aptitude or understanding of marketing is beyond me. This is where we're at right now. This is where, but it's the off season, right? And in the off season, we got to go ahead and find things to talk about. And in this situation, it's a class action lawsuit. Like, you know what makes this thing even funnier to me is that I was doing research on this before we did the video, and I read another article, and in that article, it actually stated that Evan Neal, the newest offensive tackle drafted by the New York Giants, was not aware that the Giants didn't play in New York, that they played in New Jersey. Look, I'm not the only Jets fan right now that has seen the ridiculousness of this. I'm pretty positive you guys follow Matt O'Leary, Jet Central. Like they've talked about it, nonstop. And those guys made a very good point. The Dallas Cowboys don't actually play in Dallas. I mean, I'm in Houston, Texas right now, and I tell you, like I plan on going to the Dallas Stadium. I haven't had a chance to go yet, but I know for a fact it's in Frisco, Texas. I've actually sold properties out there as a real estate agent, so I know it's the Dallas Cowboys play in Frisco, Texas. Yet, no one's asking them or suing them about using the moniker of Dallas as being part of their team logo, team name. Um, Marketing is, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but marketing is intricate when it comes to anything really, any business, and let's not be crazy here. Like football is a business. The NFL is a business. They're doing everything that they do with the exception of the thought process of it has to make us money, right? And for an individual who apparently the these individuals work in the finance industry, so they're not dumb. They're not they're not stupid people. And for you to be unaware of where the New York Jets play, first of all, was mind boggling to me. I can't even begin to explain or fathom how can you call yourself a football fanatic in general and not really know where the locations of these stadiums are. I've had the pleasure of going to East Rutherford, and you're right, it's not the best stadium in the NFL. I've gone to a couple of places. I mean, I've seen the Houston Texans play out here in Houston numerous times. And that stadium is way better than our stadium. I'm gonna go to Dallas, but I've been to the Chargers stadium. I've been to the not the Falcons, the Saints stadium. So I've been all over the place, and I've I do believe that we are lacking significantly when it comes to the quality of the experience when it comes to watching football at MetLife. But I've never been so unaware as to not know where they actually played. This lawsuit is ridiculous, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It proves there is a dramatic issue in how things are done today. Like, again, this was not supposed to be my first video. My first video was in fact supposed to be about my grades for the NFL draft. Um, I didn't do it. I guess I got a little gun shy. Finally, I just told myself it was time to just get in front of the camera and start expressing myself as a Jets fan living in Houston. Jake Asman is one of the guys that I follow quite a bit. Is in the area providing great content about the New York Jets. And I just feel like the more perspective we have as a community, as Jets fanatics, that it just makes more sense. But one of the things I couldn't wait any longer was seeing this class action lawsuit pop up. Again, thank you to, I think it was Matt O'Leary for actually freaking, what I'm saying, doing a video on this first. Or at least that's the first one that I saw, because it made me open up the article and kind of go ahead and get more intel and more information as to what's actually going on. But the New York Jets and the New York Giants are getting sued by disgruntled fans because they had to make a drive into New Jersey. Not far, 35-minute drive into New Jersey, to watch the Jets play at MetLife because they were too obtuse to Google the location of and who the heck plans to do something in today's day and age and not jump on Google Maps or Apple, whatever maps you use to get an idea of the distance you'll have to travel, so you at least know, like, boom, I'd have to leave my house at this time to make it there. Like, is it common sense or is it not common sense? I know that common sense is no longer common. That's actually a thing, but that to me is kind of ridiculous. But this is my first video. Plenty more to come. My name is Gunny Gumby with the New York Jets sit rep. A lot of you are going to probably ask questions about what sit rep means. It comes from a military background. So I served in the Marine Corps for 14 years, which is why I actually utilize a lot of terminologies that you're going to see probably in my videos that exhibit a military background. But again, thank you, Matt O'Leary, for putting this out there for me I literally jumped on Google after I watched your video and just had to get the details. This is absolutely ridiculous. But yes, the Jets are currently in the process of fighting a lawsuit, one that is going to take time, effort, and energy for something that's just, I don't know, so minuscule. Like, this is literally marketing 101, right? Like, New York is New York. Everybody knows New York. Everybody wants to visit New York. It's one of the most visited cities in the country, states in the country on a regular basis, right? So, I mean, I still have ties in New York. My uncle lives out there. My aunts, I used to live in New Jersey. So, like, I understand the appeal of New York, why you would use this as a marketing tactic. But it's insane to me that we have individuals who are this unaware that have decided, you know what, I'm upset that I had to drive an additional 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Now, granted, now after the game, I know traffic is no joke, and they probably had to deal with traffic headed back. So for that, I apologize. But $6 billion lawsuit, or the New York Jets and or New York Giants have to go ahead and change or drop the New York moniker because you're salty about a drive. This is how sensitive we've gotten as a society. Wow. And Evan Neal, I mean, you know what? Yeah, I would have never admitted it on camera as a first round draft pick that I didn't know where the team that selected me played. But I gotta show respect because you did. So that's telling about your character. So I guess for my next videos is going to be the late NFL draft grades and the late offseason grades of the New York Jets. I am excited about interacting with you guys and being a part of this community, coming at you guys from Texas. So yeah, I guess in a nutshell, that's it. This is your boy Gunny Gumby. I'm gonna sign out right now. And go Jets. We had an incredible offseason. I'm excited to talk about it with you guys further. And yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe. Follow, more content to come. Crap. Yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah. So I'll be talking to you guys again constantly moving forward. Why would I say that? Why would you say constantly and moving forward? You just have a conversation. Be normal. Okay. I'm just going to cut this out. I don't need this to be on the video. Go Jets. Let's go Jets. Keep an eye out for the. Wow, you're. Just shut up. Just shut up. You know what? You was good. You were good. Time to edit.